We begin with a breaking story, a tragic attack in a popular vacation spot in southern France where thousands were gathered to celebrate the Bastille Day. A white lorry plowed through a waterfront and hit the crowd, killing more than 70 people. Let's get further details from our Hwang Ho-jun at the News Center. Ho-jun, what do we know so far?
The death toll is now at 77, still rising, and more than 100 injured. As you mentioned, thousands of people were gathered at the main promenade in Nice, enjoying the fireworks and music. Then gunshots and a white truck literally mowed down people while accelerating for a distance of about 2 kilometers. Eyewitnesses are saying the truck was moving at a speed of between 25 to 50 kilometers per hour, and the truck was finally stopped when police shot out the windscreen and killed the attacker. The Korean government is currently investigating if any Korean nationals were also caught up in the attack. Now, there's another deeply disturbing aspect to this dreadful attack. We are hearing that local authorities found an arsenal of weapons inside the truck, such as firearms, grenades, and explosives, which is why news agencies say this attack could have been even worse. If those weapons had been used, the death toll would have potentially run into the hundreds or thousands. French President François Hollande, who was in Mongolia for the ASEM summit meeting, is now flying back to France for crisis talks.
Ho-jun, this happened while the world is still reeling from the shocks of a series of terror attacks during the Ramadan period. Any details on whether this was linked to a terror group?
Well, in fact, as of now, the attacker has not yet been identified, and no claim of responsibility has been made. But there are plenty of hints pointing to Islamic extremist groups such as ISIS. As a matter of fact, ISIS supporters erupted in celebration on social media as news of the attacks started to filter through. Although such a degree of carnage by a single vehicle is unprecedented, ISIS has encouraged its followers to use such a tactic before. The south of France, a very popular holiday spot for people around the world, has a sizable population of Muslim extremists who are believed to have traveled to and from Syria and Iraq. Given the sheer scale of carnage and the discovery of sophisticated weaponry, experts are saying it's highly likely the attack was pre-planned and organized. Again, it's difficult for an individual with no direct links to terror groups to have such an arsenal of weapons, especially in Europe, which is why experts are saying, rather than this being a so-called lone wolf attack, there must have been a network pulling the strings behind the scenes. Town?